someone else whose humanity has clearly gone straight through the window. We talk about Pastor Nganga. Okay, and when I say his humanity has gone straight through the window, it's because of the lack of, it's not even decorum really, like what is that, the lack of just apathy, empathy, sensitivity, I don't know, like just basic humanity that has left the room when it comes to him particularly, because no person, like level-headed person, would say these things in front of not just a crowd of people that he's supposed to be empowering, enlightening, and helping out, but also say these things knowing full well it's going to be recorded and put out on social media and keep circulating to hit even more people. It is so, he's so set up, he's been taken so far out of the scope of fathom that I don't even know what to say, honestly. In case you don't know what I'm rambling about, let's get into it. Pastor Nganga has been known to say very many risque things. In fact, his whole shtick is that he says things, he says very jarring things which end up being funny. It's like you can see the humor in what he's saying, much as he'll say it in such a crass way, you will still see the humor in it. And this has been going on for a long time. He said the thing about degree holders, or degree holders use other churches because, you know, uku tunafanyanga samon refu refu, and you are the ones who are bringing all these ill morals in the world, due homosexuality, among many other ill vices in the world. You're the ones bringing them in. Go and look for a church with shorter sermons, because here, this is not the place for you. He's still the same guy who spoke about women and how they need to, was it him or that was Kanyari? I think that was Kanyari. The watermelons and, you know,
Same
sexualizing women. Same thing. He also did say something else. He's the one who also spoke about, yeah, because he said women and beauty, but let's put a pin on that one. He's the one who was hitting on his wife during a church service. He's like, babe, kuja twende America nikakukis huko. I'm like, okay, sir. He's still the one who's making his members do push-ups in service, surely. He's the one who slapped that woman when she was dozing off in church, okay? In the heat of femicide and crimes against women. Alienda kam, papa, kikofi, amka, enda nje ukapate hewa baridi. He's still the one who says that if he dies, God forbid, if he passes on, he is praying to God that none of the nurses will touch his private parts. And I quote, when I die, I believe my God, these female nurses will not touch my private parts. I will die even on the road. You cannot touch my private parts and say, come and see Pastor Nganga. You know, I don't know whether it's the frontal lobe that is not developing enough. I don't know what's going on. Don't know. But this one is the one that hit us all, and we're just like, okay, that was way too insensitive. He said, that, I think, let me quote part of the conversation. He said, you take so much time to beautify yourself, and then you spend the entire day and no one even bothers to approach you. And we're like, okay, that's already like, why are you trying to cause people to have self-esteem issues? But do go on. He said, your friends, all of them are getting hit on, lakini wewe haujawai katiwa. Wewe hata wenzako, when they're getting raped, no one will try and rape you. Okay. You see how that went from, okay, to what? It's just the progression of, in my mind, I'm like, your brain is definitely sending triggers. You know, like, don't say that. Don't say that. Like, okay, yeah, you've said enough. Like, there have to be blocks, right? There has to be, like, the thought process. And I know sometimes you say these things, I don't think anyone should be thinking this way. I just genuinely feel like there are issues that are too ill to talk about and joke about. You can't joke about rape, honestly. You cannot joke about rape. You cannot joke about rape. I say it the 5th time. You cannot make jokes about someone's life being completely turned upside down. This person's dignity being shoved right in the gutter. This person's humanity being shaken. Do you know the level of just undoing that happens when someone has been taken in this way, like someone has been sexually assaulted in any way. Do you know how much trauma that person has to go through for them to even unlearn, for them to find safety in the world, for them to feel like they can move outside? Do you know how much work that goes into that for you to then go ahead and say like, hata wenzako akirepiwa huwezi repiwa? What? What? I don't know what to tell you, Pastor Nganga. This is wrong. And unfortunately for me, it just feels like you're going in a place, you're moving in a direction that's now scary. We're now worried. We're now worried about not just your character, we're worried about your humanity, we're worried about your leadership, we're worried about somebody. Imagine in that crowd of people, God forbid, there was someone who had ill instincts. There was someone who had ill thoughts. And then you say this to them. Aren't you just pushing them into going and doing something horrible to someone else? Aren't you giving them, do you know what I'm saying? Like, the words that are coming out of his mouth are just so insanely wrong that I worry. That's insane.
I don't know. The disconnect is so huge, you know? Like, you used to be funny, you used to say very risque things, and we kind of assumed that was just you being real. That was just you not having a filter. That was just you, saying things just,
as
like,
they are.
And most of the time, like, people let you get away with it because you're older, and you're like, these older people, they don't have a filter. You know, like how you have a racist grandmother. So honestly, the disconnect is so huge, because when did sexual assault become a compliment? What is so complimentary about somebody forcefully invading my space or abusing me sexually? And the fact that you have all of these people surrounding you, you have this whole platform, and instead of taking accountability and saying, you know what, that was wrong of me to say, I sincerely apologize. Instead of saying all of that, you turn around and say, this is actually not a church. This is a point of reference. A point of reference to what? Where are you? Who are you referring to rape people? Who are you referring to say, you know what, maybe I'm ugly because I haven't been raped? Like, who exactly? Who is your target audience is the question here. Honestly, it was disgusting. It was. So, hey.
Even the positioning that he's thinking about it is like, this is not a church, this is a referral. When everyone else fails, mnatoka Mombasa, mnatoka Muranga, mnatoka wherever, and your pastors, your people there have failed, you come here. Like it's a referral hospital. The way this man thinks is really messing with me. I don't know what his psyche is about.
It's annoying, it's triggering.
It's wrong.
You see how, who's the guy who used, was it Ezekiel Mutua? What was his name?
Ezekiel Mutua?
Yeah, you know how he used to, he's always over there hounding Akina Saru about having good music. Is that the guy?
It's the CMA guy, the music
yes.
association guy. He's called Ezekiel someone.
And he's whatever. He's not in charge of just music only.
Yeah.
He covers a broad
communication
spectrum of what is put out and the content that is put out. Why are you not going after people like Pastor Nganga?
Oh my God, yes.
Instead of being out here and going after Saru because she has said, niko na pesa kulishinda babako, why are you not going after Pastor Nganga, who's telling people that you have not been raped
you're not
because
pretty.
You're ugly?
That's why you're not getting raped.
It's a privilege, actually. Why are you not going after people with such huge platform and they're constantly spewing nonsense? Like if 1 + 1 is 2, if your board is very on point and it's doing what it's supposed to do, why are you not going? Why is he not off the air? Why will he be on the air on Sunday? So yeah, y'all need to check him, because he's been getting away with very risque comments for the longest time.
Him and Kanyari.
So please, y'all need to go after him. That's your next project for 2025. Pastors on social media.